Hello, my Taurus spiritual family. How are you today? I hope this message finds you well. This message is for sun, moon, or rising placements in the sign of Taurus. So if you have those, this message may be for you, but keep in mind this is a general reading and not all messages may resonate. So please take what resonates and leave what doesn't, as I don't want any misunderstandings. If you are interested in doing a deeper dive as to what's going on with you and your life, I do private readings, so my details are in the description box below, or you can go to dawnwilliamstarot.com to get all my details as to my pricing and availability. Okay, so today's reading is for mid-March to the end of March. Now, I want to let you know that April 1st is when Mercury is going to go into retrograde. So Mercury is the planet of communication, and when planets typically go in reverse, it just looks like that in the sky, the way that the planets are moving around the sun. They call it, a retrograde. And when it does that, it really does cause a lot of things to shift in our paradigm, I will say. And as Mercury is the sign of communication, there is a tendency to have breakdowns in communication, as well as electronics, travel, all those kinds of things. So during that 3-week period in the beginning of April, you're going to really want to be aware that that energy is coming so you can do all of your proper planning. Okay. So today I'm going to do a Celtic cross for you. I plan to take myself off camera as I do the reading from this Celtic cross so that you can concentrate on the cards. And then at the end, I plan to give you some messages from this is a life and career deck, messages from the universe, and then clarifying love situations. So I am going to start my next round of readings will be on relationships and romance, so I hope you will tune in for those. Okay, so here we go, Taurus. Hide self, and here we go. For those of you who are new to my channel, would absolutely love it if you would like and subscribe to my channel. It doesn't cost you anything. It's just clicking that button. It notifies you when I have dropped new material. Oh, look at that. 2 aces right in the center, Taurus. Pentacles, that's us. Oh, and the wish card. And what that really does for me is really helps me grow, and it allows me to get more of my messages out there. I appreciate all of those clicks, all the likes, all the comments. I do respond to everyone's comments. And I do appreciate the communication. I do have people that have written to me to my email address, and I have been keeping correspondence with many of you. So I do appreciate all the feedback, all the positivity, the donations that people have been making. I really do appreciate that too, because I'm not, the only time that I'm really paid for anything is when I do actual readings for somebody that books for a reading. This is all free to everyone, which I'm more than happy to do because it keeps my tools fresh. And I just absolutely love this. This is my passion. Okay, Taurus, let's take a look around. It's really interesting because many of the readings in this group that I just completed have all been with lots of major arcana. And Taurus, we only have this one. So it seems as though the next couple of weeks are going to be pretty mild. There is nothing here that is suggesting that there is going to be any major revelatory issues for us. When I start off this reading, what is in the very center is the main focus of our reading. And we have 2 aces here. So we have the Ace of Wands and we have the Ace of Pentacles. And the Ace of Wands is a card of the arrival of inspiration and illumination. So new ideas are coming in. This is a time of intense creativity. This is a time of where you're going to feel a lot of motivation and a lot of passion towards your projects or towards new things coming towards you. The thing about this is a great time to visualize, to attract, to prioritize, and then act on the things that you really want to bring into your life, okay? The second card has to do with what is helping or hindering you. And in this situation, as this is another ace, and it is Pentacles, it does represent our energy here, right? The Pentacles energy, which is about physical security, our wealth, our careers, our home, our passions, our possessions and our home, as well as our passions, right? All of those could be our passions. This ace represents a new venture or a task. It is about planting seeds for your future. So this is starting to really, it's another opportunity for you to create additional physical security or physical wealth for yourself. Again, this is a really beautiful time to prioritize and visualize. It is your ability to be able to manifest the things that you want in your life. And aces really are about new ideas, new viewpoints, new concepts. So all of this is really good. So it could very well be some of you are going to be starting a new business, starting a new career, starting maybe a side business for yourselves, or maybe you're turning a hobby into a money making business. Maybe you're going to sell products at, your local swap meet, or you're going to, here in my town, we have the farmer's market. So a lot of people like to show their wares at the farmer's market. So it could be something like that, or it could be a huge venture for you, right? Because it's a new venture or task. So it's going to be different for each of you. Now, what are your thoughts about what's going on at this time? Is this Page of Pentacles? Again, this does represent our energies here, Taurus. And this page is representing manifesting new opportunities. But with all new opportunities, you have to take action, right? So with these first three cards, it's all about once you recognize the opportunity, you then have to bring it into fruition and you have to bring it forward and make it real for you. So this is about a new beginning financially. This is also about skills and training. So some of you might be learning new job skills or new things that are going to help you progress within your current roles in your job space or in your career. It could be certifications. It could be maybe you're doing continuing education. Maybe you're going after your degrees, your PhD, your master's, or your bachelor's. Any of those things in higher education. This could also be that you are doing apprenticeships for those of you who are not in, that are manual workers or laborers, like, what am I thinking of? Like electronics is one thing, but another thing I was thinking of was like plumbers and people that build homes and all those types of things. You have to start somewhere. You have to continue to continually learn in your job, right? So that's kind of what this energy is. So it feels as though many of you are just really open to figuring out different areas as to where you can really invest more of your time and energy to create this physical security for yourselves. Your foundation. This is the best card in this reading, you guys. This is the Nine of Cups. And the Nine of Cups is a cup of celebrations. The universe is gifting you your desires. This is our wish card. So for any of you that have been really putting in a lot of energy, time, and work into specific areas of your life that you would really like to have fulfilled, this card is saying that your wishes are going to be granted. This is manifested dreams. This is about gratitude and abundance. And the thing that I always say with this card is I open my grateful heart to the gifts coming my way, because this is all gifts being brought to you because of the hard work and the investments that you've made. And as the cups are all about our emotions and our relationships, this is just a really beautiful card that is saying that it's time for us to get our just rewards. Yay! I'm excited because I too am a Taurus. Okay, your past has to do with this magician. Now, don't think that just because this is in your past that you no longer are operating from this skill set. The magician is our magic man. He is one that has beautiful natural talents. He has a unique skill set. He is very good at manifestation, so he has very high levels of manifestation for the things that he wants. He's very creative, has lots of resourcefulness. He is considered a master. He is considered an expert in his field, right? And then the other thing about this card is another training card. So some of you may have gone to school, gone and gotten certifications of some kind to take higher learning, to really expand your tool chest, right? So that you have a lot more that allows you to be more valuable to your employers, if that is where you are focusing your energy at this time, is in your job space. Now, what is coming towards us? What is in our immediate future? So within the next few days is the Nine of Swords. Now, the Nine of Swords is a card of nightmares and worry, depression, insomnia. As you can see, she's laying in bed. She's wide awake. She's got all the swords above her. These are all her thoughts that are just, mulling around in her mind. These are things that she just can't seem to let go of in order for her to get a good night's sleep. So this is it's an opportunity for you to focus on things that are going well in your life, instead of looking at all the things that are falling apart around us, which I know is very difficult because there's a lot to look at. But you are in control of your thoughts. So this is allowing you an opportunity to, really look at some of these things, recognize what is in your control, what is not in your control, what can you do to change the way that you think or feel about something. And again, this all lies within yourself. This is one of the things that I always say when I see this card as well is this is an opportunity for you to focus on the things that are going well in your life. And the other thing is I see my fears as the illusions that they are, right? A lot of times the things that we think about or we think that is gonna come to fruition doesn't, right? How many times has that happened to you? It's happened to me a lot. So I have learned that when I have this self-doubt or I have these nagging things, I will write them down on a pad of paper before I go to sleep, because by doing that process, I have trained myself to recognize that I mean what I say. If I write down these things on a piece of paper in the morning, I pick that up, I look at that list, and then I decide what it is that I think that I can do. And sometimes you realize that all the thoughts that are in your mind don't really belong to you. They belong to the collective. They belong that are outside of you. And does it bring worry? Absolutely. There's so many things going on at the planet right now, especially like, I live in the US. So for me, we just have so much turmoil because our borders are wide open. People are coming here in the droves, and it's quite scary because this is not the country I grew up in. This country has changed drastically in the last few years since COVID hit. And yeah, that will cause a lot of anxiety and sadness and worry. However, we are in charge of the way that we think. So we need to flip that script within ourselves in order to make it through, in order to be able to, put some of those thoughts behind us. So in your distant future, we have the Five of Pentacles. Now, if you look at this page, new opportunities, 9 of Swords, where she's really got all of this anguish, this is another card of financial worry, right? The 5 of Pentacles is financial or health difficulties or worry, feeling as though you're being left out in the cold or out of the know. This is worry about your financial security. And with, if you live here in the US, you recognize that with our inflation, which they're saying is maybe 2 to 3%, if you listen to the Biden administration, but if you really look at the reality, it's more in the 20 to 30% inflation in these last couple of years. And that is troubling. It really is troubling. This is a card, though, for you to have the chance to clear energy blockages as well around those things. The 5s are minor arcana. All of these cards are minor arcana with the exception of our magician here. So that means that this is just a temporary situation, and this too will change, because 5s are all about changes coming in. Change in your direction or changes in your thought, right? Our next card is the 6 of Pentacles. So there's progression here. The 6 of Pentacles has to do with your closest relationships or with the closest influences in your life. And the 6s have to do with persevering and keep going, keep moving. You're overcoming obstacles. And in this situation, this guy has money. He has his scales here. He evaluates what he needs for himself and then what he has extra, excuse me, for others. Bless me. Thank you. Excuse me. This card is a card of generosity. It's about being charitable. It's about helping others by being in service to spirit or in service to humanity. This is also being very generous, either with your money, with your time, with your energy, just being able to listen to people, just putting yourself out there so that people know that, they can come to you because you have an open heart and that you have a generous spirit, right? This is also my card of, two-way abundance. It really is. It's about what you give out, you get back. And that's kind of when you look at these 2 scales, it's kind of like what he's giving out, he's also getting in return. So that is that card. And then our future feelings have to do with this 2 of Wands. This is about future, planning our futures. It's looking towards the future. What is it that we want to create for ourselves? What direction do we want to go? This is about making progress. This is about choices between comfort and new adventures. This is a self-initiated change card, and the only person that can change what's going on in your life is you. So he has these 2 options here. What is he going to do? Is he going to stay where he's safe and comfortable with everything that he knows, or does he want to go out and explore and try some new options, new opportunities? So this card could be about travel. It could be just about, anything that you would consider an adventure, right? But for me, this 2 is, a choice or a decision. And this is what direction do you want to go that is going to be inspiring and creative and really instill your passion and your motivation for you to walk towards or look at or explore and experience. So this right here is a choice. What direction do you want to go? And then our final card is the 4 of Wands. Now the 4 of Wands is a time of deep rest. So it's saying that you, at the end of all of this, will need some rest. So some of you may be deciding to take a few days off of work so that you can get that rest, as long as you don't go on busy vacations where you need you need a vacation from your vacation. But the thing about this card too, that I always say, this is a time for healing from burnout. So a lot of us may be feeling that. I mean, especially if you're looking at this Nine of Swords card that has all this nightmare, this anxiety, this worry, this depression, this insomnia, all of those types of energies, and then this feeling of lack or this feeling of financial difficulty or health difficulties, right? So at this point, it's saying that you are going to need to take some time out. You're looking for some mental stability as well. Fours are about stability and balance. So I think this is what you're going to tap into as we get through the end of the month. And if you do this much needed rest, I feel that some revelations will come forward towards you, or some new ways of thinking. Something that is hidden from you right now is going to be revealed for you. Overall, this looks really good. I don't see anything here that is shocking or worrisome. I mean, obviously the best card in this whole deck, or in this whole reading, I should say, is this Nine of Cups, which is really saying that, you know, the universe is gifting us. All these other cards are minor arcana as well. So it feels as though we're just kind of going to be observing and just kind of getting through our cycles as we get to the end of the month overall. But it looks good. The only troubling thing is this anxiety. But then again, this, you can control that with your own thoughts. So I'm gonna put myself back on screen. Hello. If you made it this far, please like and subscribe. And if you are returning, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate all of you. And then now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull a card from this life and career deck. And the card we have is drama. Oh, beware of troublemakers in the workplace. The job you want may have too much upheaval to bear. Keep emotions and gossip in check. I think that's just good advice, regardless, you know, in your job space. I mean, you're really there to do a job, right? That's what they hire you. So they hire you to go there to do your job, to, you know, make those connections, be a team player, all of that stuff. And the people that typically have this issue of the troublemakers or the people that like to gossip are usually people who are they're just not very happy people. They got a lot of stuff going on in their own minds, and they like to create that chaos that they're very familiar with, that they enjoy being around in their workspace as well. Well, I just don't want to participate personally. Okay, and then we have a message from the universe. And the message reads, every situation in life is temporary. So when life is good, make sure you enjoy it and receive it fully. When life is not so good, remember that it will not last forever and better days are on the way. Absolutely. And then our love clarifying situation is crossing over, bridge the gap between your hearts with trust. Believe, safe, and returning are the other energies of this card. Bridge the gap between your hearts with trust. It's interesting because I think about how much trust has been destroyed in these last couple of years, especially for anybody that has done any deep research into COVID and to all of the medical situations that have been brought forward in terms of, you know, the illness as well as the cures, and how the cure supposedly has supposed to have helped, and they're now finding that it causes more problems than necessary. So, I mean, I won't go into that story any further, but anyway, this all looks really good, you guys. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your month. Thank you so much for being here. My next readings are going to be on the love connection. I'd like to try those and see how those do and see who else is interested in those types of readings. So until next time, take very good care of you. Please do some self-care, get the rest that you need. You know, it doesn't even have to be really big changes in your life. It could just be simple, like taking a nice hot bath or going and having your nails done or your hair done or any of those types of things. And for guys, I don't know, maybe guys go hunting or maybe they go, I don't know, they go play darts or they go play horseshoes or, they go here because I live in the desert. They, get on their ATVs and they go play in the sand. So hopefully that might be one of those things that really help you to rest because it's taking your mind off of the day to day. And I think that's important to do every day if you can. As much as you can, try to stay away from, that constant need of information and social media, all of those types of things. But anyway, take very good care of you and cheers.